Hi, this is How to Use a Chromebook, a quick start guide for students, provided by APS Educational Technology. Step 1. Turn on your Chromebook. The power button for most Chromebooks is located on the side of the Chromebook. The power button may be located on the keyboard, but more often than not, this is the lock button. You use the lock button to lock your computer screen when you walk away for a short period of time. The ports on the side are the USB-C and USB ports, which are used for charging and plugging in devices, and the round audio port for plugging in headphones. Step 2. Choose your internet network. You're going to go down to the time at the very bottom right screen, click on it, then click on the internet button and locate your home network. You will then need to log into your home Wi-Fi network. Step 3. Logging into your Chromebook. You will need to sign into Google in order to use your Chromebook. You will need to sign in with your student ID and your student password. If you need to switch accounts, you will click the time at the bottom right screen and click on your ID picture or name. Then you will click Sign in another user and type in their information. To sign out, you will click the Sign Out button. Step 4. Accessing apps. The menu at the bottom of the screen is called the shelf. There are several apps that are loaded to your shelf. You can click on those apps and go directly there. You can also click on the Apps Launcher in the bottom left corner, which will take you to all of your apps. After clicking on the round Apps Launcher button, you can either click in the search bar and type in the name of the device to search for, or you can click on the arrow at the top to see all of your apps that are loaded onto your computer. If there's more than one screen of apps, there will be buttons here, small round buttons on the right, to click on to take you to multiple pages. If you right-click on an app, you can pin to shelf. That will pin that app to the bottom shelf here for easy access. An important app that you might want is the camera app. You can pin the camera app if you would like to. When you open it, it works very similar to a smartphone. You're going to either click on the gray camera button or the red video button to record yourself. Take a picture or take a video, whatever your teacher is requiring of you. Then you can click on the thumbnail view to view recent pictures and videos. You can add photos and videos to the Google Drive by clicking on the Print button, then the drop-down box to Save to Google Drive. This will allow you to easily put videos or pictures you take to Google Classroom. Videos and pictures are saved long-term to your My Files folder. You're going to click on your Apps Launcher, click on Files, then click on My Files to find all your most recent videos and pictures. This is also where your screenshots live. To close the Apps Launcher, you're going to click on the Apps Launcher button again. Step 5. Using Chrome. You're going to access the internet by using the Chrome button, again located in your shelf at the bottom of your screen. Your home screen may be my.aps.edu. If not, it is a great place to start as a student. Log into my.aps.edu using your student ID and password. You can also use Chrome to access your Google tools. You should already be logged into Google since you logged into your Chromebook. You can access the Google apps by going to google.com and then clicking on the waffle icon or the 9 little dots in the corner. There you have all of your Google tools located. Use your Google Drive to save all of your documents, pictures, whatever you need. The Chromebook has very limited storage. Student accounts do have filters blocking certain websites and search functions. Step 6. Use the settings icon. Click on the time in the bottom right corner. This takes you to the settings button. You can change the volume or brightness of your screen. You can click on the gear icon to get to more advanced settings. And you can click on the accessibility button to take you to accessibility features. Some common accessibility features are Chromevox, which the computer will read to you everything that you click on. You can click on full screen magnifier or docked magnifier to help magnify things and make them larger. You can click on select to speak to have the computer read to you what you click on. You can also turn on text to speech in order to read and have the computer type what you speak. You can turn on large mouse cursor to make your mouse larger to see, or highlight mouse cursor to put a red circle around it to make it easier to see. Step 7. Using the keypad. You can use one finger to click or thud. You do not need to click, you can tap to select something. You can use 2 fingers to right-click. Use 2 fingers to scroll up and down on a screen, or 2 fingers side to side to switch screens. Step 8. Using keyboard shortcuts. Some common keyboard shortcuts are Control X to cut, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. You can use Control A to select all, Control Z to undo. Locate the multiple screens button at the top of your keyboard. You can use Control multiple screens to take a screenshot of your entire screen, or Control Shift screen button to take a screenshot of part of your screen. Use Control Alt question mark button to locate all keyboard shortcuts. Step 9. Accessing testing apps. Students, you will all have testing apps pre-installed on your Chromebooks. You will not need these apps unless your teacher tells you it is time to take one of these tests. To access these apps, you will need to log out of your Chromebook. Then the Apps button will appear in the bottom left corner. High school students and elementary students will have slightly different testing apps. Special education and English language development students might have different ones as well. This is the end of the Quick Start Student Chromebook Orientation video. Thank you. If you have further questions, please go to aps.edu/educational-technology.